Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah Olson and I live in Minnesota with my husband and our 3 children, Sophie, Soren, and Svea. Sophie is 7, Soren is almost 5, and Svea is 1.5. So life is busy and full, and we wouldn't have it any other way. I love sharing about all things motherhood, homemaking, and homeschooling, but today's video is a fun, different type of video. I love doing these, and I just haven't done them often enough. I'm sharing all of my September and October favorites. Now, I've been keeping a list on my phone of all my favorites throughout the past couple of months. I thought I would do a September favorites video, and then I ended up not doing it, which is totally fine. I didn't have enough items on there, and I wanted to group them together. So today I'm sharing favorites from the past 8 weeks, essentially. And I'm really excited because there are a lot of fun random items I have grouped around me here on the floor, which is always funny to see, like the really random categories, but it is truly all favorites. I only like to share things with you guys that we truly own and use and love. So without further ado, let's jump into favorites in no particular order. Okay, this first item is something I'm pretty sure I've shared about before, and I might share about it again in a gift guide video or something like that because it's that good. This is something my 1.5-year-old likes. It's a book called All Better. It's a little board book that comes with these vinyl removable stickers, basically. They're kind of like a plastic that, it's not a sticker. The plastic clings really well to this shiny surface of this board book. And it comes, let's see here, with 5 stickers. We may be missing a couple, or they might be sprinkled throughout the book as I show them to you, but they can be stored here in the front. You can kind of hear that it's a little bit sticky, but it just clings really well. In this book, the animals have boo-boos, I guess you could say. They have tiny little injuries, like this puppy has a scrape on his paw. I chose the wrong band-aid. This has a picture of an elephant, but my 1-year-old doesn't care, and I don't really care either. But then your child can just put the band-aid on the boo-boo. So it's a really sweet way to, I don't know, encourage being nurturing if you have a child who's already, you know, concerned about little scrapes and band-aids and things like that. It's really sweet. Nothing is too scary, you know, too gory of a wound. This is a scratch that the sheep got in some brambles, I think it was, jumping over a bush. And so then your child can just put the band-aid over that. There's a monkey who hit his head. There's an elephant who stomped, I think, on her own trunk. Poor thing. So anyway, it's really cute. This bear did hurt his backside, just a little scrape right there. But this is the perfect book to bring to, if not a restaurant, then for church or a waiting room or somewhere where you need something quiet to do that your child will probably want to do over and over again. So I highly recommend this All Better board book. It is so cute. And like everything I'm sharing in today's video, I will link everything I possibly can down below in the description box for you so that it's easier for you to find and you don't have to search for it yourself. My next favorite is these Keen sandals. I love them so much. The brand is Keen, K-E-E-N, and they are extremely comfortable. I'm kind of bummed that I bought these towards the end of the summer season or early fall because I can't be wearing, here in Minnesota, I can't be wearing these open-toed shoes all of the time. But if you live in a warmer climate, you may want to pick these up because if you can get so much use out of them all year long, they are so worth it. They are easy to slide on. The wide straps are very supportive. They do have arch support. I can even feel that right here. And they have a stretchy, maybe I can flip it inside out for you. They have a stretchy kind of band that allows you to kind of slide your foot in and then hook it over your heel, and they are not going anywhere. You can run around in these. I know the woman I follow on Instagram who mentioned them said she's gone like for hikes in these sandals, and I chose this kind of taupe, it's almost like a sage gray color, and these have been wonderful. I just wish I could wear them even though it's like 40-50 degrees outside today. But I wanted to mention them anyway, just in case sandals like that are something you're looking for at any time of the year or where you live. The next favorite I wanted to mention is, and this is going to be hard to show you without showing you how bad my nails are right now. I need to repaint my nails. But these are Teleties hair clips. Is that focusing? It wants to focus on my face. Teleties hair clips. I know claw hair clips are really popular right now. These are just, this one is a smaller version of just a typical claw hair clip. What I really love about it is that it holds my hair quite well when I want to have my hair back a little bit. Now, I typically love wearing my hair down. That's just how I've always been my whole life, and I don't really put it up in a messy bun and stuff like that. But lately, the past 2 months, I've been wearing my hair just back, like just at least half up like this, and I can quickly put that hair clip in, and then we are good to go, maybe for baking or just any kind of outing or something like that. I love these hair clips. They are comfortable. This brand, Teletize, I think I'm saying it okay, they also make flat hair clips or claw clips that are flat. They kind of come in from the side and they lay flat so that you're not always hurting your head if you need to rest your head back in the car or in a chair or something like that. So I really do like this brand. You can find it on Amazon too. The size that I have is called Tiny, I believe. I will link it down below though. And I own now 2 of these tiny clips because I always get worried when I can't find my one. So I ended up buying another one. They are relatively cheap, and I mean, it's a simple claw hair clip, but I just really like this brand. So I wanted to share that with you today too. For this next favorite, I considered going over to the fridge and pulling out my sourdough starter because it is sourdough, but I'm just going to leave it over there in the fridge and I don't need to do show and tell of what is in my jar. But I have been loving sourdough so much ever since the summer, basically, and I don't think I mentioned it in my past, maybe it was a June or July favorites videos. Anyway, I have been really diving into sourdough. It has been so much fun. I'm still learning. I feel like it definitely is a learning curve. I've gone back and forth in different ways that I've approached sourdough. Like, do you measure every single thing with a kitchen scale, like by grams, or do you kind of eyeball it? I've done a combination. With a lot of recipes, I do measure using my kitchen scale. I love my kitchen scale, by the way, so I should probably link that down below for you too. But I especially like to eye it when I'm just feeding my sourdough starter, which I know sounds crazy because I am more of a rule follower that way, but I have really enjoyed making several items out of my sourdough starter these past couple of months. And a book that has really helped me in my sourdough journey is this book, Artisan Sourdough Made Simple. And this is the only sourdough cookbook that I own. I do look up sourdough recipes on Pinterest, but this is one that I'm constantly referring to. My favorite recipes in this book that I would say are totally worth like the price of the book, go buy the book so you get these recipes, is the grab and go. I'm gonna bring my little weird sticky note here that I tore. These grab and go pecan cranberry harvest buns. These are amazing. I will be making them for Thanksgiving this year. So if you do sourdough and you want some buns to make for Thanksgiving, these are really, really good. They have a little bit of molasses in them and some cranberries and pecans, and then on top you press oats and sunflower seeds. They're very good. They've turned out really well, like the 3 or 4 times I've made them. The other recipe I'm always referring to and using in here are these overnight, it's called mini sourdough English muffins. I'm not really sure why, honestly, because they seem to me like normal sized English muffins. But anyway, these overnight sourdough English muffins are so good and they're relatively simple to make. I have had a lot of success with them. I've also burned a couple batches, just, you know how life goes. But I have had a lot of success with these sourdough English muffins. They are delicious and I just love eating them hot right off of the skillet because you cook them on your skillet on the stove, and having like homemade apple butter with them. They have been delicious. The whole family absolutely loves them too. So sourdough has been a really fun journey so far. If you've been thinking about jumping into sourdough, I do recommend this book because she has a lot of really good tips for making it manageable and feasible for you. Oh, I forgot to mention two more sourdough recipes I like making. I have really loved a Farmhouse on Boone recipe for cinnamon rolls. I try not to make them too often because that's just a lot of sugar. It's just a really fun, decadent breakfast, you know, maybe fun for a Saturday brunch with friends or something. But her sourdough cinnamon roll recipe is really good. I've also made her sourdough pumpkin cinnamon roll recipe too, and that has been great. But something that I just remembered that I am making today is sourdough homemade pizza. We love homemade pizza in our family, and so what I did was I woke up my sourdough starter last night. I fed it last night and it got all nice and bubbly and active overnight, and then I this morning got the dough ready, and now that has to wait or rest for 8 hours, and I'm going to make that for supper tonight. So anyway, I will link below the Farmhouse on Boone recipes and the sourdough pizza dough recipe. But I should note here that I add a little bit to the pizza dough recipe, to any pizza dough recipe I make, sourdough or not, yeast or not. I always add about a half teaspoon of garlic powder and a half teaspoon of Italian seasoning to the dough, and that just makes it so much better. So I definitely recommend adding that in and whenever you're trying to make homemade pizza. So I've loved sourdough lately. It's been so much fun. Okay, my next favorite that I don't have currently to show you is my new set, relatively new set of Amazon pajamas. I know that sounds funny, but when you find a good pair of comfy pajamas or loungewear, you have to share it with people. I have probably shown you in vlogs though. So I did the Vlogtober challenge, which is when you document your life with videos. You vlog every single day of October. Now, I did not post a video every single day of October. I'm behind in editing them, but I did actually film every single day, the 31 days of October. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that. But the reason I mentioned it is because in a lot of the vlogs, you will see me in the morning if I'm like readying some recipe or sourdough or sitting on the couch editing a video or something. In those vlogs, you'll see me in my Amazon pajamas. So I will link that set down below. It is a short sleeve, long pants set that I especially love. It's gray with a couple buttons here and just a black hem basically, and it has pockets, which I love because then if I'm going upstairs or downstairs, I can just shove my phone in the pocket or whatever I'm carrying, and it's really, really comfy. I think it's the El Cower brand or something, which actually had really nice nursing t-shirts that I found on Amazon back when Svea was younger. I wore those all the time. So I will link that pajama set down below for you. My next favorite from the past couple of months is our family's fall picture book collection. I love children's books. We have a lot of books in our family. This is not even close to how many we've got in terms of children's books and picture books and chapter books and stuff like that. Both my husband and I love to read and love collecting books, and we homeschool. So anyway, lots of books around here. But what I love pulling out every single year is our fall book collection. And it is not too late for you to go find some of these titles for your own family's collection for this time of year. We have, and I'm just estimating, maybe 12 to 15 children's books that are specifically for fall, or I pull them out for fall. I do stash them away just in a corner of the kids' room. I don't actually put them away like I do with our Christmas book collection, where we don't reach for them at all. So there's still some amount of novelty though when I bring them downstairs from the kids' room and I put them in our little wooden book box over here in the living room under the window. It's just such a fun seasonal thing to pull out, and we have wonderful books like Too Many Pumpkins and Sophie's Squash and our animal friends at Maple Hill Farm, which I absolutely love. Those are some like all-time favorites for me. They're really, really good books. And I have a video all about them, so I can link that video down below for you. And I also have a blog post if you'd prefer just to click on that and scroll through the list of those fall children's books. So I had to mention it, and yeah, it's such a favorite this time of year, of course, because it is fall. And if you have any young children in your life, I highly recommend all of the books in that collection. Okay, this next one might seem random, but if you are a parent of young children, again, it might be really helpful for you. I love our divided Corelle plates. You've probably heard of Corelle plates. I think they've been around forever. I grew up with Corelle plates too. Not these divided ones though. These are really fun for me as a mom. There's always small joys of things you discover when you're a mom, and I love these. They're supposed to be, or at least I've always heard Corelle is supposed to be less breakable, but it is something you can easily heat up in the microwave. I love that because a lot of kids' plates are plastic or silicone or something like that, and you have to heat up maybe leftovers elsewhere or in some other way and then transfer them. This way I can scoop out exactly, you know, like a casserole or something right here on the plate and heat it up and then immediately deliver it to my child. So these have been so handy. It's also helpful if you have things like applesauce or something, or a child who doesn't want their food to really run together. And I understand some of that. Maybe you don't want applesauce running into your pizza or something like that. These are a smaller size than our Corelle, like dinner plates that we always use as a family for meals. These are what I pull out for Sophie and Soren, and sometimes for Svea, and they have held up well, they wash well, they're dishwasher safe, all the main things that you probably know about Corelle. These are a little harder to find, so I will link them down below. I believe I found them online on Walmart's website. So I highly recommend these plates if you're looking for something like that for your family. Okay, my next item is not something I brought up here from the basement. I just store it in the basement and then we pull it out whenever we need it. So it is Svea's travel high chair. Maybe I can insert a picture here for you. Her high chair is something I bought when we traveled. We road tripped out to Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. this past summer, and I wanted a way to, you know, contain Svea in the hotel room. Bjorn had a conference for 5 days, and so I knew I'd be doing meals. I did adventures and excursions with the kids outside of the hotel room, but I knew I'd be doing most of our meals in the hotel room, and I just wanted a good way to, you know, have a place for Svea to sit and eat, especially since she was a busy, very, very mobile, you know, run around 1-year-old. And I absolutely love our travel high chair. Now, I thought it would be something I'd probably just set aside and save for trips. I loved it on our trip. It just saved the day so many times. But I end up bringing it over to my mother-in-law's house too, just as such an easy thing to set up. It takes like 5 seconds to set up. It has a really nice tray. I don't remember if the tray completely detaches, but it's very easy to clean. It's a more narrow tray, so I did end up finding a little silicone plate, like a suction plate for Svea that fits it. It's more of a narrow rectangle on top. It's very, very easy to wipe off. It has a nice buckle for her, and it is one of those high chairs that's more table height, maybe not super tall table height, but I didn't want Svea to just plain sit on the floor. I know a lot of camping chairs for toddlers are very low to the ground, and I wanted her to kind of join the family better. And so that has been a wonderful purchase. We use it all the time still, and we will still use it for trips and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that travel high chair. All right, my next favorite is a type of chapstick, basically. It is called, oh boy, this is gonna be hard to zoom in on for you. I don't know how well this is working, but anyway, you get the idea. This is called a Dr. Dan's Corda Balm, and it is treatment for severe chapped lips. Now, going into fall and winter, that's of course a very chapped lip season, especially for those of us who live in a colder climate, but I have always struggled with chapped lips or dry lips my entire life, and I've tried everything. I've gone to dermatologists, everything, like throughout my life. And I am very happy to say that this has been saving the day. This has been wonderful. This Dr. Dan's Corda Balm. It is something that my dermatologist that I went to earlier this summer recommended, and so I decided eventually to just try that out. I had been using plain Vaseline for a long time, and that actually does still work and help. So definitely try that if you struggle with dry or chapped lips too. My heart goes out to you because I'm one of those people with the dry hands and chapped lips and stuff. It's just hard, isn't it? And so this Corda Balm has really, really helped. I just swipe on a tiny bit of it. It's just like a chapstick. Oops, and I just dropped it, but it is wonderful. So definitely look into buying that. My dermatologist recommended it, and she was right. It works. So I'm so grateful for it. I also want to mention that it's not one of those that your lips seem to get addicted to, where you start applying more and more and more of it throughout the day or every day. I pretty much just put it on once, maybe twice a day when I notice that I need it. And I love that it's weird how your skin can kind of get dependent on things, but I love that my lips are not becoming dependent on that type of chapstick. Okay, my next favorite is a fun one. It's gonna be hard to show you, and maybe I should have put it on. It is a sweatshirt dress. It's from a company called Sexy Modest. I think it's just sexymodest.com, but I will link the dress itself down below for you. I love it. This is not a very attractive look here. I'm not really able to show you how cute it is. Maybe I can insert a picture. I feel like I took a picture of myself in it. But anyway, it is about, I think it's below knee length or knee length. It has a darling drawstring, true drawstring waist. So you can cinch it as much to get as much of a defined waist as you want. I also love that it does have a light little hood and the drawstrings here on the side. I think those are really cute. And then it also has a zipper, and the zipper can go up or down as far as you want it to. So that's part of the modest part of Sexy Modest, and you can really determine for you how low you want it. I don't like shirts with a very low V, and so I can kind of move it up slightly. I don't have it all the way at the top, but I found like the perfect, we always know our perfect flattering but not immodest height for a V, I guess you could say. So I have loved this dress. It is so cute. It has not real pockets, but it has little zippers here, and it's comfy. It's kind of a lightweight sweatshirt material. I just got my usual size, which is a small, and I believe so. If I'm wrong, I will leave a note down in the description box for you, but I highly recommend this sweatshirt dress. How fun and how cute of an idea. I hope I get to wear it a lot more before the weather gets too snowy and cold, or maybe I can figure out some kind of layers with leggings or tights and stuff, but I have loved that. I actually ordered it, besides in gray, I ordered it in like an olive or sage green. Okay, while we're on the topic of that Sexy Modest company, actually, I have another item I want to share today. I was looking for a way to have a layering layer, a white t-shirt or something that was not see-through, and those are hard to find, but for some reason I think it was an ad on Instagram or something, and it was for this t-shirt. I probably should take my cardigan off here, but it is a t-shirt made by them, V-neck. Sorry that it's a little stretched out right here, but I recently got it and I absolutely love it, and I'll explain to you why it is not see-through. So this t-shirt, sorry I can't stand up fully for you and show you, but it's a normal t-shirt, as you can see, sleeve-wise. The V is not too low. It's just like normal. Here, I'll stand up, then you can't see my head. But it doesn't, maybe it has slight ruching, but hardly like any. I'm just noticing that now. But basically, the way they make this shirt is it has a nude layer, a tan or light brown layer underneath the white layer. So I'll stand up and show you that layer. They have a second layer, and it's still lightweight. I'm not overly hot in this shirt. They have sewn it together here on the sides, and here's the other side. Excuse the band-aid, one of our chickens scratched me. But it's a layer that goes all the way up, and it's in the back too. So you can wear any color bra that you want to. You can just not worry about a lot because you are wearing a white t-shirt, and it's always fun to have a layer, like a layering item like that. But I just love not having to worry about, certain bra colors and stuff like that. So anyway, this Sexy Modest white t-shirt with the nude layer is super cute and really, really practical, and I honestly wish that I had thought of it and invented it myself. Okay, the next item I wanted to share with you is a really good recipe that I discovered in the past couple of months. It's for zucchini pumpkin muffins, which is perfect for this time of year. My 1-year-old especially absolutely loves them. She calls them muttons, and it's a great way to use up if you had a big zucchini harvest or someone gave you zucchini that you grated up and put in the freezer or something like that. So I will link the recipe down below for those really yummy zucchini pumpkin muffins. The next item I want to share with you is this Dr. Teal's Epsom Salt Body Scrub. And I get I'm trying to make it focus here. I get the scent that is called, Exfoliate and Renew, but it's lavender. And I absolutely love it. It smells so good. It really helps you to relax. Epsom salts, the magnesium and stuff is so helpful. I'm just double checking, making sure I'm saying things that are accurate. But I love Epsom salts. I love Dr. Teal's brand, and I love lavender. So this body scrub, or yeah, it's a body scrub, it has been wonderful. I keep it in the shower, and I actually love using it on my legs before I shave, and it really helps me get a closer shave. And it also smells amazing. So I wanted to recommend that. It's something I actually started using, and I got out of the habit of using it back when I was pregnant with Svea a couple years ago, and it was just part of my like evening bath or shower routine, whatever I was doing, a bath or a shower. It was just such a relaxing way to end my day, I guess. And so I highly recommend this exfoliate and renew with lavender body scrub. Okay, I had been using a body lotion for forever by the Honest company, or Honest, anyway. It was a lavender one. It was like a scent that my kids didn't like, or Sophie didn't like or something, and so I had just been using up that, and then I would rebuy it just for myself. I liked the lavender scent. But anyway, I have been trying out this Dr. Teal's, that's another Dr. Teal's body lotion, and I just picked this up in Walmart the other day when I was out of my other lotion, and I love it so much. This one promises 24-hour moisture. It's a body lotion, like I said. It's nourish and protect with coconut oil, and the coconut oil in it makes it smell so good, and it really does help your skin stay hydrated. I was worried it'd be too sweet, kind of a syrupy smell. Sometimes coconut, even though I love coconut flavor and smell, can be a lot, like a heavy sweet smell, but this is like light enough that it absorbs well. It's paraben and everything free. Anyway, I love it so much, so I highly recommend this as a body lotion too. Okay, here is a fun one I wanted to share with you. Sophie, who just turned 7 in October, had a chicken-themed birthday party, and I got her birthday dress. I always try to get her just something simple, a simple birthday dress, and I got this birthday dress. This one is actually Svea's because I ended up buying a matching one for my 1-year-old because she really likes matching her big sister, which is so cute. But I just thought this would be easier to show you. This is a chicken print or a chicken pattern dress. Isn't that so pretty? So if you have someone in your life who loves chickens, this is an adorable dress. So, so cute. And it has the perfect amount of twirl to it. It has darling sleeves. I don't know if you can really tell. They're kind of a ruffled sleeve. Actually, I could insert a picture of Sophie and Svea wearing their matching chicken dresses. If I remember, I'll try to insert a picture so you can see. But it really does like twirl. It's very soft. It doesn't feel like something that was cheaply printed or cheaply made. And this is from an Etsy shop. So the Etsy shop actually has a whole lot of other patterns and cute like pictures on other dresses. So I suggest if you have a child who really likes cows or really likes, oh boy, who knows? I don't know if there's dinosaurs on there or what, but there are so many different themes and patterns that this Etsy shop has, and again, it's high quality, it's shipped quickly, and oh, I just love it. It's so cute. And the girls do still wear these dresses for things like school and stuff, so I feel like we're getting our money's worth out of them, but they were not even really expensive. I feel like Sophie's dress was probably $20 or $25, which I feel like is a really good find when you're looking for a beautiful chicken birthday party dress. Oh, this is funny. One of my favorites from the past couple of months is the fact that Svea now sleeps through the night. I have nothing to recommend in terms of that because she was our most difficult sleeper by far, and it took her well over a year to start sleeping through the night, but that has been very life-giving to us, and I love getting 8 hours of sleep. I don't always get 8 hours of sleep at night because I have 2 other children, and sometimes Svea needs some cuddling. Like, she has a cold right now, and so that has been a little harder, but honestly, she has been sleeping through the night like 99% of the nights. These past couple of months or past few months, it's been wonderful. So that is a favorite that I actually jotted down on my phone. I am so, so grateful. So there is hope out there. I don't have a whole lot of wonderful baby sleep help tips, but I am so grateful. So that's why I wrote that down as a favorite for us. And I know it's a favorite for Bjorn too, for the whole family, because we don't have a sad baby throughout the night. And again, I'm just so thankful. I feel like this favorites video today has a lot of fun, maybe several fun beauty products in it. I wanted to chat about skincare for a second. I had been looking for a good skincare company or brand to buy from, back when it was at the start of the summer that Beauty Counter went under. I have loved Beauty Counter's products a lot, and I felt like I was seeing good results with them, but then they went bankrupt or closed their doors or otherwise drastically changed. And so I knew I had to look for a new skincare company to buy from because I want to continue with my anti-aging regimen right now that I'm into my 30s, and I really wanted to find something that was like clean if possible, but also that was effective. So then I did try a different skincare company over the summer. I used it the entire summer and I was not a fan. You could maybe private message me if you want to hear it. I don't want to bash like another company, especially since it's one that I know a lot of people actually like, but it did not work for me. In fact, I felt like I was taking steps backward in terms of wrinkles or who knows what else. I was just not happy. My skin was not loving it, and I honestly didn't even like the scent of it, which sometimes can be a deterrent too in wanting to buy from a certain company. Anyway, I finally, after lots of research, decided to try out this brand called Oliveda. And Oliveda is run by, I believe it's called the Olive Tree people. So they're called that because they use not extracts from olives, like actual olives, but from the olive tree. And they've found really effective ways to make really high quality skincare out of it. And I have been loving Oliveda so much. This is their corrective cleansing oil. I don't know if it's focusing for you, but I will link everything down below again. This is their cleansing oil, and I had loved my cleansing oil from Beauty Counter, and this is really, really wonderful stuff. So I use this in the morning and in the evening. I did not grab all of my Oliveda stuff to show you, but I can do a dedicated video about it, and I think I'm going to share a highlight. I'll save a highlight over on Instagram, on my Instagram stories, if you're interested in that too. But something that has made a big difference also is it's called FO6, their cell active serum for the face. And so this serum, you just use like 1 or 2 big drops of it, and a little goes a long ways. I love it. It kind of takes the place of a toner for me, and I do that after I wash my face in the morning and at night. At night, I've got this Regeneration Intense face cream. This is really wonderful. It's not way too heavy, but it is a heavier cream for hydrating at night. I love how high quality these products are and how they are clean. It's a European brand, and it's really gaining traction over here in America, and I love that they are waterless. So a lot of times you see that product's first ingredient, it says aqua or water, and that's just being used as a filler. Sorry, my camera died and my memory card got full both at the same time, which was kind of remarkable. But these are a waterless skincare product. It's a waterless skincare company, so they vow not to use fillers, and it's really high quality. It's clean ingredients, and I love it so much. I have seen results in the over 1 month that I've been using them, and so I didn't want to share about it until I knew that I truly loved it. And I highly recommend looking into these Oliveda products. They have another elixir, they call it, that's called green retinol, and it's not actual retinol. It's safe for like pregnant and nursing women and stuff like that, but you just add a couple drops of it into this serum when you put that on at night, and it makes a big difference. I've noticed a difference using their eye elixir too in the wrinkles around my eyes. And of course, it's okay to have wrinkles in life. It shows you've lived a life and you've laughed or smiled and stuff like that. But I just wanted to maybe slow down the aging process a little bit if I could. And so I have been so pleased with Oliveda, so I wanted to make sure I shared about that. So I will link that down below if you're looking for some good skincare. Okay, I have to share these because it's fall. I'm sharing some fall favorites here. This is one of our throw blankets for the couch. I bring this out this time of year, or like in September every year. It's fuzzy and it's more of a dark burnt orange. It's fuzzy on one side and soft on this side. It's wonderful and so cute. If I can find it, which I'm pretty sure I can, it was either Kirkland's or Amazon. I will link it down below for you because it's always fun to have an extra blanket. I guess I'm a collector of fun blankets for the different seasons of the year. I don't do a lot of seasonal decoration, but I love putting out fall children's books and fall blankets. But here is my more favorite fall blanket. I love this one so much. It's a little bigger than the other one I just showed you. It has such beautiful fall themed patterns on it. It is like pumpkins and gourds and squashes and leaves, but it's basically, it's a little bit of bluish greenish, just a very tiny bit of that, mostly grayish and light brown. And I love the neutral look of this because I don't think you have to decorate for fall, if you don't want to, with a bunch of neon orange. So I think that burnt orange blanket I just showed you is about as bright orange as I get with decorations. And so I love this one. It doesn't have as much of a pattern, well, a little bit on the reverse side, but I use this like every morning when I first come downstairs, and if I'm sitting on the couch right away, this is what I'm reaching for. So I will link it down below. I'm pretty sure this one was from Amazon. Okay, this next favorite is kind of funny, but it is apples. My mother-in-law has 2 apple trees, and they produced what my husband Bjorn has been estimating is about 1,000 apples. It has been crazy. We have processed literally hundreds of apples these past couple of months, especially the whole month of October. It has been wonderful. It is such a gift that we are getting so many apples, and we've just been hard at work. We've had 2 crock pots going a lot of days. We've had the dehydrator going that we're borrowing from my mother-in-law. We've been making applesauce, apple pie filling on the stove. We've dehydrated apples, like I said, and we're making, besides applesauce, apple butter, and all sorts of apple goodies. It's been really fun. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking I want to make an apple pie this afternoon too. It's a Friday afternoon, and I think that would be a really fun start to the weekend. But we have been loving all of those apples. It's been a ton of work, especially for Bjorn, because whenever he is home from like meetings or farm work and stuff, he is sitting and peeling apples for me, which is awesome. And then I help with the cooking it down and stuff. But the apples have been a really fun, a significant part of our autumn this year, which is such a blessing considering those trees did not produce hardly at all, if not at all, last year. It's such a gift. You're probably not surprised to hear me mention the Yoto player again. We love our Yoto players. We own 2 mini Yoto players. They are a wonderful way to get audiobooks and audio content for your children, and we do a screen-free 2-hour quiet time every day, which is what the kids are doing right now, and Svea is sleeping, and they listen to their Yoto players in separate rooms, and it is just wonderful. It's wonderful for everyone, but I am especially so pleased that my kids are strengthening their auditory listening skills. They're really auditory learners in a lot of ways, and I love that they are being exposed to wonderful literature and high vocabulary levels. It's just so good for them. The things that the kids talk about after listening to a Yoto card is always so inspiring to me. And I do have entire blog posts and videos all about the Yoto player, why we chose the mini instead of the regular size. I share with you all of our favorite cards because we have a lot of cards, and we have a lot of favorite cards that I think your kids could very well have as their favorites too. So I will link the blog post and the videos that might be helpful to you down below. But the reason I'm sharing this is because we have really rediscovered this card. It is wonderful. It is called Classic Poems for Children, and this is just what the Yoto cards look like. They're a thick plastic that gets inserted in the top of the player, so you don't have to deal with losing figurines and stuff like that. We love the cards, and we keep them in a big binder at this point. But we have loved these classic children's poems. I thought that they would be well above like my kids' heads, and I don't mean to underestimate my children, but they have like a lot of complex vocabulary and rhyming and just big words in them, and we have absolutely loved it because there are hilarious poems in here. There are touching poems and then just goofy, silly poems. Soren's favorite, and probably my husband's favorite, is a long one called The Jumblies. We actually have that in one of our poetry books that we have read for homeschool, so that's really fun when it kind of crosses that way. Another one we really love in here is the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. If you've heard of that one, it's wonderful. And I actually went and I ordered the book If. So there was a children's book that has pretty illustrations to go along with the poem. So that's been a fun one too. I'm probably forgetting so many ones. There's like The Cosmic Adventures of Old Mother Hubbard and Her Dog. That makes the kids just burst out laughing. We've got a funny one that we all love called, I think it's called Henry King. Just so many good ones are on here, like really touching poems and some rhyming poems, some that are not rhyming. And the kids have, oh, Jabberwocky is on here. I grew up knowing the poem Jabberwocky, so that's a really fun one. So anyway, here's your encouragement to expose your kids to poems that may be a little bit, you might think it's above their heads, and you might find yourself with some great new family favorites or family inside jokes, or ones that your kids just plain love to recite or listen to. But again, I will link all my stuff about Yodel players down below so that I can move on with this favorites video and not talk too much to you about Yodel players right now. All right, here is another beauty related favorite. Here, I'll give you a little background. It's a mascara. I'm gonna share a mascara with you. I tried for the past couple of months a different mascara brand called Alley-Oop, which I had seen in an ad or something, and it was supposed to be better for like sensitive eyes, because guess what? I have sensitive skin and sensitive eyes and dry eyes and stuff like that. And I just wanted mascara that would work really well for me. It's not that I had not liked my old mascara, but anyway, long story short, I did not really love the Alley-Oop mascara. It's fine, it worked well. It was supposed to be like strengthening and lengthening or something like that, and it just didn't do the trick for me, and I ended up reordering what I had always relied on, or what I've been using for quite some time, and it is this Thrive, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's kind of shiny here. It's by Thrive Cosmetics, and it's called Liquid Lash Extensions. Now I went and ordered the color brown black this time instead of just black. So brown black is what I've got on even right now, and that's because I got my colors done, and I shared about this in a previous favorites video. Over the summer I got my colors done, you know, figuring out what colors are most flattering on you, and makeup was recommended that I have more of brown shades for mascara from what I remember. So I went with this brown black mascara. It works so well. It washes off really well too. I just use Neutrogena makeup wipes to do my eye makeup at the end of the night. I just prefer to do that instead of scrubbing really hard at my eyelashes or something, and it comes off so well. It comes off kind of in a, I don't want to say a chunk, but if that makes any sense, just kind of bigger pieces it comes off instead of smearing all over. I absolutely love it. I don't know how truly waterproof it is, but I've never had issues, and sometimes I cry and sometimes, you know, I get water splashed on my face and stuff, and I haven't noticed any issues with that. Something I didn't like about the Alley-Oop mascara is while I was applying it, I would, even if I blinked, not even if I sneezed, even if I blinked, I'd get it kind of on lashes in places up here or down here where I didn't want it. In this, I've never had a problem with it, and this builds up really long too. So I love this mascara. I highly, highly recommend it because I tried something else for a while and I came back to this, and I put it on this morning and I was like, it was like an old friend. I was so glad to have this mascara back. So I will link this down below for you. I don't know if I have an affiliate link or a referral link for you where I can get you a little bit of a discount, but if I can find that, I will have that as the link for you for this mascara. Okay, you'll have to excuse all of the traffic noise. I don't know if you can hear cars going by, but it is the end of the school day right now, and so everyone and all the school buses are going by. So it is what it is. But I feel like this next item is kind of silly, so I'm going to hold something big up and show you, and then I'll probably put it down and talk about it. It is my brand new electric griddle. I know it looks a little bit dirty. It's not dirty, I promise. I've wiped and wiped it. This is just what happens with electric griddles, kind of around the heating elements or coils or whatever. They get a little bit of that discoloration. But anyway, I have been wanting an electric griddle for a long time. I never bit the bullet and got one because I didn't know if I wanted something big to take up space that I only get out to make pancakes every so often. But I finally decided to give it a shot because I have been making our favorite pancakes recipe a lot lately. I've been making English muffins as well, and with the pancakes I could only make like 3 in our skillet on the stove at a time, and that got really time consuming because the recipe that we have is like a cook it on a lower temperature and cook it for longer kind of recipe. So that was not really practical, and I wanted us to keep making pancakes and stuff. And I make those sourdough English muffins, and I can't get way too many of them on the skillet at once, even though they don't puff up too much to the side. I just wanted something where I could really make a lot of things at once. That's the point of an electric griddle, right? So after researching quite a few options on Amazon, I went with this one. Partly because it is ceramic. It's not like an official non-stick, but the ceramic surface acts as a really good non-stick. It has worked phenomenally. But also because of how thin it is. See how thin this is? It just has that heating element. See, that's kind of where that discoloration is. It has this rectangular kind of heating element underneath, but it is extremely thin. I store it in our basement with our other canned goods and some of our larger appliances like our crock pot when I'm not using it, but I have loved it so much. The handles do come off, and let's see, I can't really do a good demonstration here on my lap for you, and you probably already know how this works, but it comes with this electric cord and that goes right in here. There we go. And so that's easy to plug in and adjust to the perfect temperature. It also has this really nice drip tray, which just goes here on the front edge. You can kind of see where it bows down a little bit. But anyway, I am so impressed with my new electric griddle, and now I feel like I'm brainstorming ideas of things I could make with it. We've done bacon on it, I've done pancakes, and I've never made our pancake recipe look so perfect before this electric griddle. And I'm sorry if it's called an electric skillet. I keep calling it a griddle. Whatever it is, it's amazing, and I will link it down below. I feel like this time of year I drink a lot more hot drinks, and I need to always make sure I'm still hydrating with cold drinks too, but I am reaching more and more for this Bigelow. Let's see if it'll focus. Can I put it in front of my face? This Bigelow Sweet Dreams tea. It is so relaxing. It's caffeine free, just an herbal tea. It says it's a relaxing blend of comforting chamomile and soothing mint. So it kind of has a light mint. It's not too much of a minty flavor. It reminds me of those other sleepy time teas, but this one is probably my all-time favorite. It's Bigelow brand, like I said. It's so relaxing, and it's not just for bedtime. This is kind of the main tea I like to reach for anyway, any time of the day. It's especially good with honey or some sugar, but maybe that's just me and my slight sweet tooth going on there. It says it has rose blossoms and orange blossoms in it too, if that helps. So this is really delicious. I wonder, you can probably find it on Amazon. I'll link it down below wherever I can find it, but it also might just be in your local grocery store. The final favorite I want to talk about today, I will just insert a picture of it. It's our sound machine, or our sound machines. All three of our sound machines are from the brand called Dream Egg. I will link that down below as well. We have two of the large, like normal sit on the floor sound machines from Dream Egg, and they are fantastic. We also have one of their portable like travel sound machines that I use at my side of the bed every single night. If you're a more like jumpy person like me and you feel like you're hearing sounds all through the night, but you still want to make sure you hear your kids, I highly recommend this sound machine because you can obviously change the volume as high or low as you want. I love their white noise sound. It is so relaxing to me. And the reason I added this to my favorites list is I didn't realize how much I was relying on it and loving it until I kind of let the battery go down. So the one that I have, you don't have to plug into the wall. It's a travel sound machine, and it has a charging cord. And so I let the battery go down, and it turned off randomly in the middle of the night the other night, and it drove me crazy because I felt like something changed, and I woke up and I couldn't really put a finger on it, and then I realized I had to charge my sound machine, but it didn't get enough of a charge like immediately, of course, so then it died again, and I was just driving myself crazy, and I thought I should have charged it. But I love my sound machine so much. Svea has one in her room, Sophie and Soren have one in their room. I don't turn it up extremely loud, but they have lots of different choices. They have kind of a nightlight function as well, and I just love it so much for my kids. They sleep well at night, usually, with those sound machines. I feel like it signals to your child that it's time for nap or time for bedtime as well, so that just helps to kind of cover everything. It mutes the rest of the household noises for them. Sound machines are huge, I feel like, in terms of sleep, helping kids and adults to sleep well. I do want to mention, since I had said that the battery died on my sound machine, it actually holds a charge for a very long time. It doesn't die quickly. It doesn't need to be recharged after only one night, or sometimes even after 2 nights or 3 nights. I still do not have problems with it. And I run it for 8 hours straight. So it holds a charge for a long time. I had just let that run out, and I did not charge it during the day, which is fine. I can still charge it at night. But I love those sound machines. I will link the travel one below. I love having that at my bedside. on my bedside table, and I will link the ones that all my kids have as well. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope it was fun for you to hear all of my September and October favorites. It was a whole random selection, I feel like, and so I hope it was helpful for you, or at least interesting. I usually don't share about favorites though. That's something that I periodically share about. I do love sharing recommendations with you though, especially when it comes to homemaking, and sometimes over on Instagram I'm sharing about recipes and other little tips or hacks that I've discovered, just interesting books that we're reading, stuff like that. So be sure you follow along with me over on Instagram. It's at Hannah B. Olson. I also have an email list that you can join. I always like sharing a tried and true recipe recommendation, as well as what is new over on the blog or new on YouTube. And this week I sent out an email newsletter with like a whole list of life updates as well. So you can join the email list if that's something that is interesting to you. I know that especially as moms, we're always looking for recipe recommendations that are helpful. So hopefully that's a fun and helpful email newsletter for you. I also have a webinar for moms of young children. It's all about productivity secrets for moms of little kids, because I know it can be so hard. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 3 young children, and I don't want to serve my to-do list, but I still want to get things done during the day without feeling overwhelmed, without sitting amongst all the chaos, feeling like I'm unable to climb out of all of that. So I developed this webinar because I wanted you to have the same strategies that I use every day to accomplish my to-do list, and to still feel like I have the freedom and ability to be fun and to be present with my children. It actually this webinar relates to my online course, which is called the Present Mama Playbook. You can join the waitlist for my course because it's not currently open for enrollment, but I plan to open it again for enrollment in the new year. It is always such a blessing to hear how the course has literally transformed other moms' lives when it comes to being more present with our children, when it comes to running our household smoothly along behind the scenes, and having those fresh mental perspectives that can serve us well in motherhood. Now, my course has over 100 video lessons in it and tons of printables and worksheets for you. That is really exciting. It's my passion project. But if you want to get some things for free, definitely check out that free webinar for moms. I will link that down below, because in it I share 4 of my main productivity hacks or secrets. So hopefully that's helpful to you as well. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I would love to have you stick around and subscribe to my channel here. I just wrapped up 31 days of vlogging. Every day I did the Vlogtober challenge. I mentioned that in this video, but you can watch all of those Vlogtober videos if you just want to join us for a day or join us for 31 days. I'm going to continually be adding to the Vlogtober 2024 playlist here on my channel, so hopefully that's fun for you too. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.